Yeah, that's where I want to start with. Roquan Smith comes in. I think he's going to make a big difference right away. Baltimore had Tyus Bowser and David Ojabo practicing this week too. So those are both edge rushers that make a huge difference for this team, especially Saints offensive line has not been that great this year. So kind of remaking the entire linebacking crew. Baltimore's offense has been great, Super Bowl worthy. It's the defense that hasn't been good. So if the defense shows up here, Andy Dalton, 9-16 ATS in primetime games. He has lost and failed to cover 6 in a row there. We remember the one a couple weeks ago against the Cardinals through back-to-back pick sixes in like 1 minute of each other. So I do like the spot for Baltimore here. I know they're missing some guys on offense. Mark Andrews, Gus Edwards, God Bateman is out for the year. But I like that balances with the defense there. I talk about special teams a lot. Ravens are number one special teams. The Saints are bottom 3, so that's a pretty big difference too. Here's the problem. We've watched the Ravens this year, and what do we see? Late in games, they blow the lead. They've had those double-digit leads, and they blow it. In fourth quarter, they are dead last defensively in DVOA. The Saints have been the opposite. The Saints have been miserable offensively for 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter, they're number 3 on offense. So I don't want any part of a possible late collapse, late comeback. Saints in the, it's going to be rocking at home underdogs. So I'm going to skip the fourth quarter. You've probably seen us a lot of action over play the first half trend. So with that, Lamar Jackson is 65% against the spread in the first half for his career. So I like Lamar Jackson first half here. We'll take Ravens first half minus a half point and basically just go out and get the win, Ravens, in the first half. And then depending on how things go, I might look at a live Saints comeback if I like how the spot is shaping up late in the game.
It's a pretty boring answer, but Lamar Jackson is probably the best option right now just because you know that Gus Edwards isn't likely going to play. And the Saints run defense has actually really regressed in just comparative year over year. Like last year, they were allowing like 93.5 rushing yards per game. They only allowed 12 rushing touchdowns total. Both of those were top 5 in the NFL. This year, they're middle of the pack. They've allowed 7 rushing touchdowns already. They're on pace to probably about 16 to 17 rushing touchdowns this year, just at this pace. And I think right now Lamar is probably the best option from a Ravens standpoint, maybe even Devin Duvernay as well. He scored a nice little rushing touchdown on a sweep last week. But from a Saints standpoint, I need to see a little bit more from an injury standpoint of who's going to be playing. I am considering Jarvis Landry, but again, I'm not really considering too many guys over the middle or through the slot, just because I do think the presence of Roquan Smith will disrupt that a little bit more. So I have to do a little bit more digging before I conclude on who I'm taking with the Saints.